Hey there, welcome to the channel. Let me ask you a question. When you think of music, do you immediately think of your favorite artist, or just one song that has stayed with you for years? Or is it a soundtrack that fits your mood or personality? Each of us has a favorite musician whose work we enjoy listening to and learning about their lifestyle and musical production methods. When we first hear about them, whether when we were younger or more recently, we're always curious about who they are and what kind of person this genre of music best reflects. We are interested in learning more about what they have to offer. Some of their music has the potential to significantly impact our lives. In middle school, I spent most of my time by myself because so few other kids shared my interest in music, movies, and other pastimes. Throughout the 2000s, I was constantly listening to music, either to understand its meaning or just for fun. I was in love with the different eras of music, knowing some classics from other songs from the 1960s to the 2000s. I eventually discovered electric dance music, which truly changed my perspective. And that's when I came across a video that changed everything for me. A group of visual effects artists and filmmakers collaborate to create short films for YouTube under the name of Corridor Digital. But there was something that drew me in. As the beats dropped, the bass rumbled, and the melody played, I became immersed in the music in the video. Who is this person? That, my viewers, is Alexander Winter, also known as Savant. Savant produces a large amount of electronic dance music and describes himself as a music scientist. He tinkers, twists, and fuses every sound you can imagine. Savant used to produce drum and bass and music with video game influences on the DAW EJ and later on the Fast Tracker in the 1990s. He later played in a black metal band, No Funeral. During his childhood, Winter was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome bordering on savantism, hence his alias. Savant would continue to create music in a variety of genres, including electronic, orchestral, and hip-hop. His electronic songs are typically intricate, with heavy bass drops, chiptune components, and sampling. He goes out of his way to say he doesn't want to categorize it since he creates so many different types of genres. The fact that Savant is also an indie game developer adds to this video's allure. 2013 saw the creation of Savant Ascent by Winter, Simon S. Anderson, and Deephead Studios. Savant Ascent is a fast-paced shooter set in the world of dubstep artist Savant that was created in 5 weeks using Game Maker. Savant Ascent is available on Steam and features a twin-stick shooter, allowing you to shoot by simply pointing the right stick. There are only 2 places to move between in this game, unlike most games with free movement. In order to avoid enemies, you can dash or jump to the opposite side. By using the right stick to shoot at enemies, you can fill a bar at the bottom of the screen as you eliminate them and charge up a super attack. You can also acquire power-ups through CDs, which provide you with banger tracks to listen to as you advance and aid in amplifying your attacks or helping you plan your next moves. Different game modes such as time trial and endless mode were included in the game. Playing them both have some benefit because your character can learn new skills from them. If you complete the game, you'll also be able to access Vario mode. Vario's abilities differ slightly from Savant's character, the Alchemist, but the fundamental gameplay remains the same. For example, his basic attack does more damage but has a shorter range. The only drawback to this game when it was first released was its short length. Depending on how you play through the game, you might be able to finish it in such a short amount of time. This was unfortunate because the game had a lot of potential and I was looking forward to seeing more of it. And thankfully, Savant now has a lot more to offer. Deephead Studios released a video commemorating Savant Ascent's 10-year anniversary in 2022, along with some messages indicating that more information would be released in the future. On March 30th, 2023, they released another video, this time not revealing game updates, but rather a full remastered dubbed Savant Ascent remix, refining the game with new stages, challenge modes, and bosses, providing a fun new gameplay and story experience as you battle your way to the top, while also introducing a brand new soundtrack for the game. The remix will also include new enemies that you will face depending on your situation. The speed of the game has been slightly altered from the original Savant Ascent so that players can better take in their surroundings. To avoid getting caught up in attacks and find your rhythm, the game also lets you jump multiple times and flip around. That way you can try and figure out how to avoid enemies and understand their patterns or routes to keep moving and shooting. The Ascent remix is legitimately more difficult and reminds me of fast-paced run-and gun games with a large number of enemies thrown at you. Just look at the screen and tell me you can do it all in one go. The Ascent remix includes a leaderboard that allows you to keep track of your points and see how well you have performed internationally in comparison to other players, while bringing survival mode to compete on the leaderboard for the highest score. There are now 3 difficulties available as well, so pick your approach and test your skills in the game. Easy and normal modes allow you to collect more lives by passing through each phase with checkpoints. Hard mode only allows you 3 lives and no checkpoints to see how well you can beat the game. The levels get harder as you advance through an elevator that is about to collapse from a variety of deadly threats. A dark ride towards various creatures that attack from different angles as you scope them out. And finally, fighting in a void that extends your reality for a long time. Each level contains different bosses that take advantage of the field as they swarm you with different attacks from low and high places, so be on the lookout for each one. I had a blast with the boss fights because they put a fun and different spin on how you play, and encourage you to explore each boss with what you know. Their designs also add a lot of character to them, revealing how menacing and sinister they appear, while others will surprise you in unexpected ways. The visuals are far more enhanced than the original, providing an intense and beautifully crafted scene as you watch the plot unfold, while leaving you wanting more. The way the characters are animated adds a lot of life and incredible moments to the battle, making it more interesting. The game's movement is also smoother, making it more enjoyable as you move around and defend yourself. I would also like to mention the audio and visual effects. This makes you appreciate the effort the team made to improve the experience and immerse you in the world that you can play, which I find endearing. The game was even nominated for Best Audio at the Gamescom Awards. If anything, the game is far more exciting and addicting because you are so close to completing that level that you either fall short or experience a truly satisfying victory. Anyone looking for a quick challenge or just a fun game to test their skills should play this one, in my opinion. The game is now much more enjoyable and makes you feel a part of this ascent to the top since Savant has returned to add his interstellar soundtrack. While altering tracks from his previous albums to the boss battles, he makes subtle references to songs he produced that both new and diehard fans will love to listen to. The CDs make a comeback as collectibles, no longer providing upgrades but do provide extra lives for you to play in easy or normal mode. These CDs contain new Savant tracks as well as in-game soundtracks that you can switch between and listen to while playing. The team even went as far as to make it usable for those who want to stream the game or upload it to YouTube without worrying about copyright issues. That's a W in my book. Just a side note, this doesn't add much to the game, but if you're interested in the game's soundtrack and want to support it, you can buy it separately or as part of a bundle with the game and listen to it on Steam. You can bet I did, because this album also includes new tracks as well as unused music. Hopefully you like them just as much as I do. If anyone from D-Pad Studios or Savant is watching this, please know that I had a great time with this game and enjoyed each and every moment. I adore your music, so finally hearing more and listening to your latest soundtrack is one of the best things I have ever done. I'm looking forward to more in the future and I cannot wait to see what you have in store for us next. Everyone else, if you have the chance, should definitely play the game. You will not be sorry. While I hope you listen to more Savant's tracks, and I know it will be different with each one, I can appreciate the creative process of it all. They all have a unique style and are genre bending. But I guess this gives you an idea of some or most of my musical tastes. I'll link the game down below in his YouTube channel. Also, let me know in the comments if you ever heard of this artist before and how you discovered him. As for the rest, have fun.